Energy independence, energy security. You know, we hear these terms a lot these days, but what do they really mean? What do they mean for America? What do they mean for you, where you live and work and play? More importantly, what will they mean for your children and your grandchildren? Well, hi, I'm Congressman Bill Johnson from Ohio, and I'd like to explore these questions with you today. And to do that, I want to set the stage by taking you back to one of the most memorable moments that I've had since the citizens of the 6th District of Ohio elected me to be their voice in Washington, D.C. It was March 2011. The Prime Minister of Australia came to give a speech to a joint session of Congress. She said, "I remember being a young girl, sitting on my living room floor, watching Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin land on the moon, thinking to myself, wow, those Americans can do anything." She said, "I'm not that young girl anymore. Today, I'm the Prime Minister of our country. And yet still today, I believe that Americans can do anything." And when she said that phrase the second time, this idea that Americans can do anything, it was like you could hear a pin drop in the House chamber. It wasn't as if we don't believe the notion that Americans can do anything, but we certainly don't hear it often enough, especially from our senior leaders in Washington. You see, like many of you, I remember the 60s. And I remember the enthusiasm and the excitement of President Kennedy's goal to land a man on the moon in 10 years. We didn't actually make it in 10 years, we made it in 8. You see, President Kennedy engaged every fabric of our society. We saw industries crop up overnight around building rockets and preparing for the space race. We saw millions of jobs created. And we saw young people lining up to get into academic institutions to major in programs that would prepare them for careers in space exploration. And we saw one of the most explosive, expansive periods of innovation that America has ever witnessed. We saw it unfold right before our very eyes, and we still see the benefits of it today. For example, that cell phone that you carry in your pocket. The technology that produces that cell phone has its roots in the space age. What about that flat screen TV at home? Yep, that too. What if we could capture the imagination of the American people once again, like President Kennedy did when he rallied us around the idea of putting a man on the moon? I believe we can do that with the idea of energy independence and security. What if we had an energy vision, a national energy vision that sounded something like this? Effective today, America is setting a goal to become energy independent and secure by the year 2020. We're going to mine the vast coal resources that we have and learn to use coal more environmentally soundly. We're going to harvest the vast resources of oil and natural gas, both onshore and offshore. Experts now tell us that America has more of that resource than any nation on the planet. We're going to expand our nuclear footprint because nuclear power, nuclear energy, is the cleanest form of energy on the planet. And you know, we're even going to embrace and develop alternative energy sources like wind and solar and biofuels. No, they can't meet our heavy lifting energy needs today, but they certainly have their place in our overall energy profile. But we're not going to sit idly by and continue to be dependent upon other countries for our energy sources. We would learn how to produce and distribute and store and use energy in ways that we've never even imagined. That means you pay less at the fuel pump, and you and your family pay less to heat and cool your home. You get to buy the things that you want, rather than having to only buy the things that you need. It might mean that you get to start that college fund for one of your children. It might mean that you get to start that business that you've always dreamed of. or take that long-awaited vacation that you and your family have longed for. Like the Prime Minister of Australia, I still believe that Americans can do anything. I believe that you can do anything. You simply need the tools and the opportunities to succeed. My friends, this is the House Republicans' Energy Vision 2020. It's a vision that puts you back in charge of your own destiny. And most importantly, it's a vision that guarantees that you and I leave America for our children and our grandchildren in a better place, in better shape than when our parents gave it to us. It's the new horizon of American exceptionalism.